Hi guys. I thought I'd have another go at the Mosaic Smash that I did a while ago. That was my first ever all grain, bit of a disaster. Ended up having to tip the whole thing through a sieve, and it was just a total nightmare. But now that I've done a few brews under my belt, I thought I'd revisit this and try and make a decent all grain smash with Mosaic again. A few slight variations. I thought I'd try roasting my own malt just to try to give a bit of a toasty feel. So a big shout out to Tubers, his video I watched. Some other ones on Brew Dudes did something similar, and Basic Brewing did one. I'll put links down below. And I think after I did my own version of this, I realised that sometimes people soak the grains before they roast them, and that obviously requires a bit more time. So when I came to do it, I just wasn't ready. I was wanting to brew the next day, so I just went ahead with just dry roasting. The other things I did was I decanted off about 3.5 litres of the wort after the mash and made a syrup with that. So a big shout out to my nephew Adam, who reminded me of that. It's quite a common technique, I believe. I've never tried that before, so did that. And I did dry hopping for the first time as well. So a whole bunch of firsts all piling into this, which is the final beer, which I'm going to try just now. So let's get this poured and make sure it doesn't explode. Nice hiss. It is a bit cloudy, I have to say. It's got a nice carbonation on it. So while I'm pouring this, we'll let you see some of the brewing footage, and we can come back and have a final taste test. Okay, cheers. Okay, just for the record, I'm going to try roasting some of my own pale malt. Temperature is at 150 fan oven. So basically we're putting in 100 grams and then waiting 10 minutes, another 100 grams, waiting 10 minutes, 250 grams for the last wee while, and then the last one for 250. So that's what you end up with. So I'm just going to lob in this now. We've got 2 in here already. And give that another 10 minutes. Okay. See how this goes. So one more 2. Normally it's about 7 to 1 is when I go in. Let's see if we can get this right. The recirc's just been going just to clean everything out and warm everything up. Where's my little helper? What did he do? Okay, I've been doing a bit of a mash out for about 20 minutes, having lifted the grains out of the pot, so it's recirculating still. Both heaters are on 8, which is bringing the temperature up to about 75, so I'm just letting it just recirculate just to clear it. Now the plan is I'm going to take 3 litres or so out of the 15 litres that I've got. If I do this, you might be able to see. It's the idea of making a sort of syrup, and then I'll put that back in after the boil. So take a wee bit of this. All going well. I'll measure it just for the record, but maybe see how clear that is. That's looking great. First time I've actually had a proper look at it like this. Cut this bit of footage. Come back in a minute. So that's 3.5 litres. Okay, this is the 3.5 litres that I've been boiling away for the duration of the boil of the main brew, where the hops were all getting boiled and everything. And it didn't do anything, it just looked like it was evaporating. And finally, I just turned my back on it, and luckily it didn't boil over. I'm almost steaming up, I'm not sure about you. But it all started frothing up. Now, it's reminiscent of making toffee or something like that. So I guess that's what you want. So that must be the syrup now. The question is, how long do you give that? I don't think I'm going to give it much longer. I certainly don't want that sort of burnt taste. So I think I'm just going to stop that there, and I'm going to just pitch that back into the beer, or the wort. So, see you in a minute. Welcome back. Yeah, so the boil's been going on for about 70 minutes with the various hop additions, and during that time I've been boiling up this 3.5 litres. That's reduced down to about maybe just over, just under a litre maybe. I'm just going to pour this in. It's actually really thick. That's really dark, of course, and you can see how thick that is maybe. So yeah, very good. Now I haven't got a wort chiller, so it's actually quite handy just to be able to pitch this back in while it's just cooling down. I'm not going to bother rinsing that. So far so good. Something I was going to say is that whenever I do my last hop addition at 0 minutes, what I do is let this just cool for about an hour first, and then pitch the hops, and then just let it cool enough to let me get it into a plastic container. I don't like putting really, really hot liquids into the fermenting bin, so I'll let that reduce to about maybe 50 degrees or something. Then just put the whole bucket in a water bath outside at the back. Hi, welcome back. The final gravity ended up about 1017, and the final alcohol of 4.6%, so it's not too strong. That head looks like it's just hanging about for ages. It's got a very sort of tight foam on the top and some bigger bubbles underneath. The carbonation is absolutely streaming up, which I can see that, but it is a bit cloudy. I know it's not a chill haze because this is cellar temperature, shed temperature in spring, which is about 12 degrees or something today. So it feels cold enough. It's certainly, apart from being a little bit cloudy, which I must admit I do like my beers clear, but I can put that down to the hops, I think. So let's go in and have a final taste of this. And you got that Mosaic, you just recognise it immediately, at least I do now, after 2 or 3 goes at this. Yeah, so anyway, cheers to everyone, and good health. Oh, excuse me, it's certainly very well carbonated. Oh, and the bittering is just kicking in at the back now. That's really good. Excellent. I was a bit worried that the roastiness of the grains might have been a bit overpowering. I meant to say, I ended up using, I think it was, yeah, so the grains were at different intervals, so the 15-minute grains got just 150 grams of those, the ones that had 25 minutes another 150 grams, the ones that had 35 minutes 50 grams, and the ones that had 45 minutes just 50 grams. So in total I've used 400 grams of my own roasted grains. To be honest, do I detect them over what it would have been without them? I'm not sure I can. I'd have to do it again. But it is very pleasant. Certainly the head retention is something that I'm wondering has maybe come from the syrup. I think maybe doing that has produced something different in however the chemistry of these things work, but I'm wondering if that's rather than the roastiness of the greens that I've added. I don't really know, it's a hit or a miss, but head retention, as I was saying before the camera cut out on me, first time that's happened for me. Head retention. So anyway, so after all that faffing about, it came back and it's still there, so I'm well chuffed with that. So it's a bit cloudy. I put that down to the hops. When it tastes as good as this, you know what, I can live with it. Safale S-04 was the yeast. I'll put the recipe down if anyone's interested, but I'll certainly make this again, I think. Yeah, no, delighted with that. So anyway, thanks very much for watching. Good health to everyone. Cheers. Bye bye.